I'm back with another Front Row Talk podcast, the podcast with expensive opinions. Before I get started, make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, and you comment under this video. Make sure you check the descriptions down below where you can see the link for my TikTok, where I post clips of each and every episode, and you can see the link for my Instagram where I'm basically mostly active. Um, Before we get into this video, it's just episode 59. Like I said, it's the podcast with expensive opinions. Make sure you tune into last episode where I talked about. I always tend to forget. Right before I'm about to record, too. What did I talk about? Come on. There you go. Where I talked about personal finance. Check the episodes before that. Make sure you interact with each and every episode. I'd appreciate that. I appreciate any type of support. And yeah, let's get started. As you can see from the title of this video, I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna give my thoughts on human history. And I know that may sound like, very broad. It may sound like a lot, which it kind of is. And it's a topic that I feel like you could talk about for hours. With the right people. And the reason why I came up here and decided to talk about it is because our history is very interesting. I'm just talking about as humans, not specific, but just as humans. I feel like to get started, I mean, there's a lot of people who feel like history started in many different ways. If y'all want my opinion, I feel like history started with Adam and Eve. Everybody is entitled, everybody feels like history started differently. But the good thing about it is that we can always look back and see the things that took place, and then we could always work our way up and see where we at now. And that's just, I mean, we talking about thousands of years. Is so something's always bound to happen, and I feel like good or bad, and I just feel like that's just how it works. I mean, we could talk about tragic events. Nobody really wants to talk about that though. But things that change the world. Around the world, we could talk about good things, and I'm talking about. It's just such a broad. We could talk about like anything that's part of history. I mean, music wise, sports wise, medically, like just human history. I feel like we've evolved in certain areas. I feel like definitely we've evolved. We've gotten better with certain things. We of course find the solution to problems a bit easier now. Not all clearly, but some. And I feel like we also got a bit, we dumbed down, I guess you could say, with certain things, or we went backwards, and that's kind of sort of expected, uh, because not everybody agrees on the same terms, not everybody agrees on the same thing. So I feel like it's always, and that's just how it's always gonna be. Honestly, everybody has a different mindset, everybody has different beliefs, everybody just goes about things differently, and I'm talking about from the simplest things to like it could just be anything. And I mean, that's just how it is. I respect it. To get more specific, I feel like, of course, our history, your personal history, of course, starts when you're born. Even though we don't remember each and every moment, minute, second, days of our lives, but your personal history starts when you're born. And the good thing about it is that you know you can make history for yourself. I mean, we make history for ourselves each and every day. And we probably don't really look at it that way, because when people think about making history, they think about, being known or being seen for some type of. And I mean, I understand, because, that's when really the only time when we really sit down and talk about somebody making history or just history on its own. But the other good part of it is that, if you can make history for others too, for, you can make yourself known and make history in any way you want. So yeah, I mean, it's something that, like I said, it's a lot of ways there's a lot of things you could talk about. There's a lot of different opinions. Um, but yeah, I mean, and we're all part of it each and every day. Of course, when I say we're all part of it, I just mean as humans. I mean, for example, this pandemic made history. It changed all of our lives, and technology makes history every day. So I just feel like it's something that's going all forward, like, going nonstop. And the good thing is that, you know 10, 15 years from now, we're gonna look back at today, or this year, or the year before this, and things that we don't think that we're gonna be pinpointed, or viewed as history, will be 10, 15 years from now. So I just feel like it's sometimes when we're in the moment with certain things, we don't really name it history, or we don't categorize it under something as important as that. But of course, like, that's in the same thing with memories. I feel like memories, I'm not saying memories is history, but just the fact that in the moment, you probably don't grasp it 100%. And then when time passes, and you look back, you reminisce on that moment, or you reminisce on whatever it is, and then you categorize it, and then you put it up in such a, no, I wouldn't say pedestal, but it holds something, just something that you was a part of. Hopefully the Warriors be able to make history. I really didn't want to talk about that this episode. I'm gonna hold off on that, but make sure you definitely tune into next episode. Next episode, I'll probably be in pain, sad that the Warriors lost, or I'll probably be happy that that they made history. For those who don't know, the Warriors are down. Well, they're not down 3-1 anymore. They're down 3-2, but they were once down 3-1 to the Lakers. But I don't really want to get into ball talk, so let's just keep going. But we'll see if we make history. If we do, I feel like that's a moment that we don't gotta wait years to know the impact on it. And yeah, so we'll just see. We'll see what happens. Of course, there's the history that we learn in school. From whatever class it is, social studies, whatever it is. Where we learned about World War One, Two, Declaration of Independence. Just so it's just like so much. That's what I'm saying. Like, we could go many different routes about it. Could talk about music. We could talk about and it's something that that's not looked at the right way. I mean, I'm probably making history right now, making this video. Who knows? Probably years from now, I could look back and be like, oh wow, like, this is where I started. But yeah, it could be, like I said, it could be from personal to in general. But I just want to name some history moments that are recorded and talked about. So like I said, World War One, World War Two, United States Declaration of Independence, the War of 1812. It's a lot. I mean, it's so much, so much. Norman Conquest. French Revolution. So it's just like so much. And these is mostly things that we learn in school. It's something that we learn in the books. But there's things that we learn, and it doesn't really need to be coming from any type of book. And that's the good thing about it. I feel like all these social media outlets, all these apps, I feel like we're viewing history every day. Whether it's somebody who makes it big, sadly somebody who passes, and it's all being written down and recorded. Not literally record. I mean, could be recorded, but recorded in our minds, and it's something that we'd always, just remember. But yeah, hopefully, you watch this video and you agree with what I'm trying to say. You see my point of view. But on an overall scale, my thoughts on history, they're all right. Like, they're not good or bad. I feel like there's a lot. I feel like nowadays there's a lot of things we could fix as humanity. I feel like a lot of people are seeking the wrong things, but then at the same time, there's things that favor us medically, things that favor us. I don't know, but it just overall, I don't even want to say it's good, because then there's always a bad to it. But I feel like we could be doing better. and that's just talking on us humans. I'm not getting into specifics, like, but just as human history, on its own. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I hope you agree with me. If you don't, that's fine. If you do, that's fine. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, you share. Make sure you tune in to the next Friday's video, which will be episode 60. I'll be talking about basketball. By then, the third round should be kicking in, which is Eastern Conference and Western Conference. We'll see the teams that are left. Basketball is always something good to talk about. Let's see if my predictions age good. Like I said, let's see if the Warriors make history. Let's see if the Lakers make history. They could probably be taking out the dynasty. Yeah, so we'll just see. A week from now, God willing, I'll be uploading my next episode. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, you share this video. Make sure you check the description for the links of my Instagram and TikTok. Make sure you subscribe, support. Yeah, man. It's your boy Salsita, and I'm out.